I think one thing was that it felt like it was really hard for other people to understand me. In the same way that I think like maybe other people who are from like similar backgrounds can understand each other. A lot of people who haven't like left the country don't like aren't fully aware of like I guess what it's like to be outside of America. So like you get bombarded with a lot of questions about like, oh, the stereotypes about your country, um or people are just like also curious, you know, like they also just like don't fully understand when something is so normal to you, and it's like they just like aren't able to like I guess bridge that gap. And it's not like it's just I think a lack of like understanding between two different worlds, which I think is like very normal, but it is definitely like a challenge to try to overcome. Um, and also just like little things like um sometimes as like and from an outside perspective it can look like a lot of Americans are like bonding with each other a lot because they have seen like similar TV shows growing up or like get similar like cultural references, and I personally was like never really partook in that, or have like different you know like things that I watched growing up. um so I think like all of those little things like stacked on top of each other can make it sometimes feel um, difficult to like really find your space on campus as an international student. But I think, especially my freshman year, I definitely had a lot of other friends who were also international and who felt like similarly. And I think that's like a really great support system to have. Like people who you know are going through something similar, um, like can bond with you. And like when you're like constantly talking about that, like I guess the stigma of it kind of goes away. And then eventually I think like you branch out more and like find more of your place on campus. But I think like having that initial support system, especially like through the international office, was really helpful.